Like it. All right, let's see if Dan joins. All right. Waiting for Dan to join. That's it. Come on, Dan. Where you at? There we go. What's up, Dan?
What up? What up, Jess?
Talking live with. I'm just posting it on Facebook real quick. All right, Dan. You're not in Zariga, right?
No, I'm home.
All right, all
My
right, all right.
trophies, they all up there. You see, it's my shit.
All
All that
right. All right. That's the room, the trophy room. I like it.
shit.
I don't have one. I was just on the phone. Matter of fact, I was just on the phone with John. And
With
he was
John
like,
John?
yeah, he was like, oh man, I'm looking at all my trophies. I'm like, man, I don't have, man. I got one trophy I won in Connecticut with Hector Marte.
Oh.
yeah,
Oh, but that's when Lefty hit that guy. Hector was playing really good ball. I remember that actually.
yeah. We sandbagged the C doubles. So,
Crazy.
Dan, I will be transparent. My following on YouTube is not where I want it to be.
Yeah.
But my on Facebook, the it zooms into our face and it's just I can't tolerate it anymore.
Yeah, I don't
So
want to be like this.
yeah, please. I do funny thing like my like I'm always messing with my teeth and stuff. So when you're zoomed in on me, you really see it. I
And it
hate it.
pisses you off.
I hate it. I hate it. Um, but people will sprinkle in here and there, and then we'll get some comments in the comment section, and we will get people that watch it later on. So you're gonna get the views that you deserve, 100%. But
No problem.
before we start with any other questions, I would like to have you introduce yourself and tell us something that you feel like we should know.
What do you mean? Like, what is there for me to know? For you guys to know, right?
Whatever
Okay.
comes to your mind.
All right. I'm Dan Pitre, and I'm in the top three singles players.
Welcome, Dan. Dan. So here's my first question, and you saw it on Facebook. Are you from 49 or 88?
I'm 49 Park.
All right, 49 officially. 88, you could
Yeah.
claim him, but he's repping 49, all right? Brooklyn.
Born and raised in 49. Can't go away
Mm-hmm.
from there.
Who besides your father, who were you watching when you were coming up?
My father, Lefty Angel, uh, a guy named Negro, Pops, Squiggy, 49 Ed, um, FedEx Ant. There was a lot of guys. That Bernard, a guy named Adam. There's a lot of guys, a lot of good players there. Then there's like so many old school players there. And then a guy Noel, guy named Noel. That was my dad's partner. He loves to play
Mm,
with him. Um, all those guys, I loved watching them play because all they did was like serve and shoot. All the older
yeah.
school guys. Lefty Angel used to freaking torture me. I used to play him singles and he'd be laughing while I'm chasing his serves. throwing me freaking diving all over the court. I was like 15, infinite energy, and I would still be like crying on the floor of exhaustion.
I've heard so many great stories about Lefty Angel. He's the lefty goat to Carlos Centeno. You know,
Hmm.
Carlos is a 49er.
Yeah.
Oh, look. Don said Dan finna gather Max. Ooh-wee. So Dan, let's talk. We're gonna jump around. We're gonna jump around because you had a really
Yeah.
good year, and I don't want to overlook that. But since my man Nas brought up the Max game, how do you feel about that game? Talk to me.
I think I'm gonna win that game regardless. But I think he's definitely gonna give me a good game. I think it'll be fun.
Have you ever played Max in Hollywood?
I've never played him in Hollywood, but I have played him in I think Brandon Park in Tampa. We've played once singles, but it was just way back. This was like before he was like what when he won King of the Beach or whatever. Before
Hmm.
that, before I
Hmm.
was even an A or a top B, I played him at Brandon Park.
What were you
Um,
doing in Brandon?
I was in Tampa visiting my family, and I remember Kid Eric was like, "Yo, come out to this park. Like there's a park nearby you." And we were like, "Oh," I was like, "Really?" So I went over there. So who was there? It was me. It was Kid Eric. We had Max was there. You had Jason. You know who Jason is, right? From Brandon
He's
and
still
them.
there. He still
And
plays.
yeah, and a lot of other of those guys out there. They were there, and I was getting fucked up the whole day. I didn't like. I was playing Kid Eric and Jason, and I kept no one who I picked up was like good enough to like beat them there. So I was just getting fucked up, and Max was talking shit. He's like, "Oh, for rookie student, you suck."
Mm.
And I know Max just likes to talk shit. Max. We all know that Max loves talking shit to everybody. So I was like, and at the time I was kind of a hothead, and I was like, "You suck. You can't even beat me. Like you're talking crazy, but you can't beat me." So we ended up just playing singles. We played one game, and I won. I won like 21-15, probably something like that.
Okay. But this year, you think you got it, dude? You think you got it easy? Be cocky if you have to.
I think it should be easy. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Are you hurt?
Well, yeah, I've been hurt though, but that's not an excuse.
It's nothing.
I've
You
been
still.
playing
You.
through injuries forever. I mean, it's
Mm.
just acting up more now, but that's only because I'm making it further in events, so it's like I'm putting more strain on my arm than it's used to.
Yeah.
So it's like it has moments where it just dies out on me, but not really in singles. In singles, it's a lot easier for me to last longer because there's not as much volume.
Yeah. You've been your serve. Your serve has been fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic.
That's what I worked on a lot this year to get better.
Let's talk about this year. Okay. So this year, Zaddy Zan is a three-time Open champ.
Yeah,
Now, I'm going to ask you a question, and I consider myself a statistician,
yeah.
statistician, whatever. I know my stats. Correct me if I'm wrong. Before this year, as far as the Open division, I think you only had one win, and it wasn't like a fully open singles, right?
I mean, that was you're talking about David's Wall Ball Universe event. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was that. It's that one. I had ICH. I won an ICHA Open singles. I'd be like Caesar Sala and but like I didn't really count it back then either. To me, these three wins are way up there, are on a way higher tier compared to any of that I won before.
yeah. So this year, we can, without a doubt, say this is your best year in handball,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Okay.
hundred
So
percent.
your first win came in the peak pyramid, correct?
Mhm.
Who did you play that day? I know you played Kadeem in the finals, but what was
I
your day
played.
like?
I played all A's that entire event.
Really?
I had the of course I never have an easy bracket. I always got to go through the hardest. I had Squiggy first round.
Hmm.
By the way, I won like 21-19, I think. 21-20.
The old man made it close, huh?
Yeah. The funniest part was that I didn't want to play in that event. I remember I was like, I'm not gonna play. And then Kadeem was like, "You're playing the best time we ever played. You should play." So I ended up playing. And then as I'm playing, I'm like, Jesus Christ, I suck right now. So I played Squiggy. He almost beat me. After Squiggy, I played Tyree. He almost beat me. He got I think he got like 18. He almost beat me. Then I played Tim Torres. I think I won that by a decent margin. I won like 21-13. I think. And then after that, I played David Velez. Then I played Kadeem.
Damn. So you went through a mini
Yeah,
gauntlet. You went through a
yeah.
mini
I played.
gauntlet.
I played all good singles players. Everyone on that list is a singles player.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. David, Tim, Kadeem, I mean, for sure.
Tyree, all of them. Yeah.
Tyree. I mean, Tyree is. I wish we got to see more of Big Blue Tyree. I really
I
do.
think. I think if he played big ball consistently, he'd be very good. But he just
Yeah,
doesn't play it. I don't think he really cares for it.
yeah. I don't know if he cares for handball in general. I think he's just so good in small ball that he's like, I'll just go win another national title.
Yeah,
Like,
like it's something basic, easy, you
yeah.
know.
Um. All right. So that was the peak pyramid tournament. So you're the number one player technically in singles in the city, pyramid style.
Yeah,
So then did the AB. Who did you play with in the AB? Was it Gerardo?
Gerardo. Yeah, and another thing is that my wife had to convince me to play in that event because after I don't know if you guys know this, but after the pyramid tournament, I literally could not move my arm. Like it was bad. Like I was getting bad muscle spasms. And then right after the pyramid, I think was the Buddha, the mini Buddha, the Coney Island Opens.
Hmm.
And if you didn't notice, I had an electric therapy thing on my arm the entire day. Like I borrowed it from
Mm.
Kadeem and I just had it on the whole day. And after that tournament, I was like, damn, I can't play like this. Like the pain is just bad. So I was like, I don't know if I should play. My wife's like, just play. You have a great partner. He's gonna help you. You're not gonna have to do as much as in the other events. You could do it. So then I ended up playing and we ended up winning. It was crazy.
And how did the you Gerardo thing work? Right? How did that happen? How did you guys team up?
I don't know. It was actually random. So I think this was a little bit after the 85th event. I didn't play in the 85th event. I believe he played. He texted me. He was like, "Listen, I want to play with you in an AB because I like how you're very calm. You know, you're strategic. Like you're very like humble. Like if when you're playing with someone, you're not gonna like bash them. You're not gonna like lose your head in the middle of the game because of calls. Like I want to play with someone like that. I want to team up with someone like that. I feel like we could win." And I was like, "I agree. Like I think we could win if we play together. You know." So I was like, "Let's do it. I'll play with you, Gerardo, anytime." And then like we didn't really practice before the event. Like we barely. I only played with Gerardo probably like a handful of times, you
Hmm.
know. And we ended up trying to like get through our chemistry as we played, and that's it. We ended up winning just like that.
Yeah, yeah. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. You got mad at him a little bit in that tournament, right?
Yes, but I mean, I definitely did. But and you know what it is that our styles are very different. You know, so when someone's attacking me, I respond with aggression, so I attack back, you know. So when I'm attacking a player, I expect my partner to attack with me. And then like in the very beginning he wasn't really doing that. He was like he plays his own way of play, you know. He has like a hooks, his whips, you know. And he did a lot of those like soft hooks, and what that ended up doing was putting me from being aggressive to defensive, because then
Hmm.
the opposing team would get to like attack me off the hook. So
Yeah.
you know, throughout the event I was getting frustrated with. I was like, listen, you're a great player. You have to show you're a great player. You can't be playing defensive and like doing all these hooks and stuff, because what that's just gonna end up doing is just gonna give the other guys breathing room to
Hmm.
attack us and go for shots. And he was like, you know what, you're right. So then as we throughout the event, as we kept pushing, he kept changing that. He kept pushing. And then if you notice, there was a lot of times we went on runs in those close games. And it would be from the both of us getting aggressive, the both of us going for shots. Like I would hit a killer, and then you see the next play, Gerardo get a setup and he'll flatline it with a whip kill. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's how you play, Gerardo. Play like the top player you are, you know what I'm saying? You gotta play with that confidence. And so I would only get upset usually when he would do things like that. When he
Yeah.
would get like he would like panic and do a hook instead of responding with like authority. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Real quick, shout out to Nas. Nas is all over here. Daddy Dan, Dan the man.
Oh,
He said, make sure I wish you happy birthday at 12 before he get mad.
yeah.
Who is this
Yeah.
guy? Who's Cost?
That's Robbie KO. If he said it, me and Phil almost had y'all. That's
Oh,
Robbie
that's
KO.
Robbie KO. What's up, Robbie?
Yeah, the guy's playing
Um,
amazing.
yeah, Robbie, I had a long conversation with Robbie 2 days before that B doubles, and he almost won, man. He almost won. Boy, bye.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the AB happened. You played Nas and Tor Rob in the finals, correct?
Yes. It was
Um,
crazy. I was very happy to have that as a finals. I
what
grew up with all those guys.
what did Doubt slip in at all in that finals? I mean, Rob was playing good all day.
I don't think there was any doubt for me. It was more I was worried if Gerardo would be able to physically hold up. Because
Yeah,
I feel like me and Gerardo were playing fantastic handball. I feel like Nas is a beast. Nas is extremely difficult to beat, But like obviously I had confidence, especially considering how Rob performs generally in finals. In that finals, he ended up playing way better than he usually does, and I made sure to
yeah,
let him know that he played amazing, you know. But so there was a lot of confidence for me going into that finals, and then all I had to really worry about was just making sure that I did more than enough so that Gerardo doesn't end up cramping up and crashing, during the game.
yeah,
And another thumbs up to that, 'cause, like freaking Gerardo was a beast too. He really pushed himself because he couldn't even get up during the warm up. He was just stuck on the floor for a while,
yeah,
and then to go from that to finishing a whole finals game right after that is crazy.
yeah. Interesting that Gerardo's body.
I don't
No,
know
no
how it
diddy,
works, bro.
no diddy.
It's, it's
It's interesting how Gerardo's body is not um it's not tuned yet to last in a tournament that long because he's in the finals over times. He wins a lot of tournaments. I know that not to obviously I always do this and I pivot like towards me, but I talk through experience. This is how I can relate. I know that the first finals I ever made was in Zuriga with Gabe in the C doubles. I was done. Couldn't walk.
hard.
I've never lasted that long in a tournament. My legs were cramping as I was walking, like my shoulder locked up. Everything. I was like, I've never been here this long,
Yeah.
So to hear that someone like Gerardo is still happens to, I mean, he
We've seen
played
it
a
happen
lot
to
of
the
ball.
best,
Yeah, he played a
even to
lot
the
of
best.
ball.
We've seen it happen to Timbo. We've seen it happen to Pito. We've seen it happen to a lot of top guys too. David, another one.
Yeah,
And it honestly all comes from the fact that a lot of these guys don't hydrate themselves properly, and they focus on hydrating themselves the day of instead of way earlier in the week.
yeah,
So I mean, you guys know specifically. I work out with Lou, so I make sure I'm hydrated. I'm drinking a lot of water and stuff like that way before an event happens. You
hmm,
know, and then even then I take like turmeric and all this stuff to like make sure my muscles are like all that inflammation in my muscles are gone. I try not so that way I don't feel any pain in my shoulder, especially. Um, and then I think the reason Gerardo really cramped that day, I made sure I let him know this because I was upset at him after the event, but I didn't really like like make it a big deal. But I just was like, just because you drank soda all day. I was watching
hmm,
him the whole day. He was drinking soda. I remember like I got there like we got there is like before the tournament started. He was having like a slice of pizza with soda, and I'm like,
hmm.
you gotta drink water.
That's a New York snack, man. I
Yeah,
mean,
I mean, and don't get me wrong, I'm a soda fanatic. You guys, all my friends, and they'll be like, Dan has no problems with no drugs, no alcohol, no none of that. But his problem is his soda, and that's my problem. But I've been cracking down on that lately, and especially with events, you rarely ever see me really drink soda during an event because it's very dehydrating and it's just a lot of sugar.
yeah,
So
yeah.
when Gerardo was just drinking soda all day, I kind of figured that could happen, but I was like, nah, he's probably used to it. He knows his body. So when it ended up happening, I was like, damn, it's because of that.
Yeah, yeah, no, I mean, you guys pushed through. You won. That was your first AB. Did you ever win an AB as a B player?
Yeah, one with Migs.
With Mix. Okay.
That's why when I won the event, Migs was like, "That's crazy.
Yeah.
We won
His
together,
event.
and then you win my AB." So it was pretty cool.
All right. So that was your first AB win. And then let's talk about Vegas, right? I know because I'm in, but I'm out. Um, first off, you weren't even gonna go at first, right?
No, I wasn't gonna go.
You
I
were
signed up the
you
week
were a
of.
last minute, yeah. You
Yeah,
were you're a 49 guy. I'm gonna do you a favor and get you in the bracket guy.
yeah. So I got really lucky that Carlos loves me. But
Um,
it was really Luke that really convinced me to go. Because um, I have a lot of love for Luke because Luke travels the world to play handball. So and I played with him in the Buddha. You guys seen that I played with him. And I was supposed to play with him in Valencia. There was a big event that was supposed to happen in September in Valencia, and I ended up not going. So I felt really bad for not being able to go. And it was kind of last minute where I wasn't able to go. So I was like, when he mentioned Vegas, I was like, you know what? Yeah, let me make it up to him. I'll go. I'll go. Fuck it. Let's go. Let's go.
Yeah,
Me and my wife, we found a way to go, and then it worked out great.
yeah.
It just worked out.
I mean, so you almost lost to one of my kings, King
Yeah,
Thor.
Thor, and Kevin played phenomenal.
I might, my kids might be getting a medicine delivery, so I might need you to entertain the chat
Uh,
briefly. But I don't know because I just got a notification that someone signed in. Okay, so let's talk about Vegas. So, how did you adapt to the walls quicker than you thought you would? Were the walls just good and you didn't have to adapt? You had chemistry with Luke already, right? So we know where that came from. Did Luke play better than you anticipated? Give us a rundown.
so the first day I played in Vegas on Friday, I felt like I was gonna play like shit. I was like, yo, I could not adapt to these walls code because when the ball hits that wood, there's certain times it goes left, it'll go right, it'll go straight down. And me, I mean, everyone knows that I play very aggressive handball. So if I'm attacking that ball and it's going left, right, like down, it's gonna really throw me off. So I was like, I'm gonna have to play at a little more of a slower pace, so that way I don't make too many mistakes. And then I realized, kills as well are a lot harder to stay down there, or it'll look like a choke, and it was actually a good shot, all that. So I was like, this is all gonna affect how we play when the tournament starts. So then I think Saturday came, and that was a terrible day. I remember waking up and I was like, I felt terribly jet lagged. It was just a horrible day. My legs were heavy. Me and Luke both were like, what the hell are we doing here? Like, this is crazy. Like, we didn't think we were gonna be able to perform to the level we did on Sunday at all, the way we felt Saturday. Um, our first game was, I think it was Kev. No, our first game was Brian and Paz. One of the best teams right now in the B division. We played them, and they gave us a good game. They gave us a really good game. We won, what, 21-15 against them. And then we played your king. We played Thor and Kevin. And I'm gonna tell you something really honestly. I really think that game should have been nowhere near as close as it did. And I honestly felt like Luke took his foot off the gas once he saw that Kevin was hurt. You
Hmm.
know, he caught the ball during a volley. He felt bad for Kevin. We got very lucky that we didn't really get penalized for that. But apparently, what Carlos was saying was that Kevin served the ball and just walked straight off the court.
Walk
So
right off. Yeah,
because of that, he stopped the play. He stopped the play because he did that, and they got it down for it. And I noticed after that his intensity in that game went down a lot. And then
yeah,
Thor, on the other hand, was like, I'm gonna step it up. Kevin's hurt.
yeah, yeah.
So that was a very bad combination.
Yeah,
And
Thor, you got the version of Thor that plays with me, right?
yeah,
Because Thor is very much that what you saw Thor when he stepped up. I'm noticing. I'm a coach before anything else, so I gotta diagnose what's going on. When Thor is not sure if he should take over a game, he does not play good.
no,
So the
that's a
minute
lot of
Kevin got
players.
hurt and he knew this is my game and I just got to shoot, um, it worked out. It worked
Yeah,
out. But I'm going to stop you for a moment because
yeah.
I
Go
want to
ahead.
continue to hear. I'm going to answer the door and mute, but talk to the chat.
All right, all right. Who is it? Okay, for Rob said, "You guys too young to be hurting like this. Wait till you hit 40." I don't even want to think about handball up when I'm 40, Rob, at all. I don't even want to imagine it. Who else? Let me see. What's the final score against Max? I think if I'm playing good handball, I think it's gonna be like 21-11, maybe less. But if I'm playing like average and he's playing pretty good, I believe it'd be like 21-15, 16 maybe, in my favor. And yes, Nas, that inhaler gave me powers for like what, 4 points. Then I died out again.
Sorry about that, Dan. Yeah, I got medicine delivered. I didn't even know it was coming.
Okay.
Okay, so you got past my boy
First
and
off, the way that
Kevin.
game ended was insane. Did you get to see how it ended or no?
Um, I did get to see it. I it's not in my memory, but tell me.
So point game 19, second server Thor. He serves to Luke. Luke returns it. The ball goes short. It goes low. So Thor ends up killing that ball, and you're gonna see me hit like the power squad of death, like praying that Luke picks it up before it hits the floor. And Luke picks it up by the skin of his finger. He gets it up. Thor hits. I'm not really 100% accurate with the rest of the volley. All I know is at the end, Thor hit it towards the left corner, and I remember when he hit it, I was like, oh, I can kill this. But if I fucking miss, I'm gonna lose. So, but I'm like, at this point, I was actually kind of upset that it got to that point. So I just took that anger and I was like, I'm going for this shot. I don't give a fuck. If we lose, then whatever. So I took that shot and I like did like a roundhouse from like all the way in the left side of the court perfectly into Kevin's corner, and it just like took off. Like, and then I just didn't remember looking back, and everyone in the park was just like, "What the was that?" Like that, and like, and the thing was that the roundhouse went by fast. Like it was like a bullet went through the corner, and I just was like, I've never hit a roundhouse like that in my life, but I was like, okay, I hit that. So
Nice.
we got up and we just ran the game out. Thank the Lord,
Yeah.
because that would have ended our journey right there. And Luke was literally talking to me about afterwards. He was like, literally, we could have just lost right there. We would have lost. We would never have won anything. We would have just met up in the finals of the singles, and that would have been that.
So after you took down the almighty Thor, you then kind of breezed through Sam and Paulie.
Yeah.
Was there comfort there? Were you guys just playing
I
good?
I think it was a combination of us playing good ball and them not having chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
So the very beginning, honestly, legitimately the first half of the game was very leaning towards Sam and Paulie, and it was honestly because they were playing as a team in the very beginning. The very first half, they were playing as a team. The thing with Paulie is that he wasn't letting me be aggressive. He was lobbing me a lot. He was hitting inside out shots. He was keeping me away from playing the game I like to play. And what that was doing was giving Sam control of the court.
Mm-hmm.
And Sam was also playing really good ball. So Sam was like beating us. But even through all that, I was still playing really good. Luke was still playing really good. So even though they Sam was like controlling the court, they weren't able to really push a big lead on us. So the game was staying close the entire way. And I feel because it stayed close for so long, even though Sam was like playing really good, I believe it started to like irritate him. Like, why is it that I'm playing good and we're not blowing these guys out? Like, why are we in control of these volleys and still not winning by much? So he started telling Paulie to move over, to like take a step out of the middle and let him take more control of the game. And by doing that, they played less like a team and more like Sam doing most of the work and Paulie just being there to hit the wall.
Mm.
So because he did that, it I didn't have to worry about Paulie's inside out or his lobs.
Mm-hmm.
So I was able to get positioning over Sam, and it made Sam struggle to make his shots. So Sam was over here trying to like control the court, but he couldn't because now I'm in position. I'm killing the ball in front of me. And then if he attacked Luke, Luke was in front of Paulie because Paulie didn't know what to go for and what to take.
Yeah.
So there would be times Paulie would leave positioning to take a shot, and Sam takes it, and then he's out of position, and so is Sam. So me and Luke would take control of the front, and we'd win volley after volley after volley after volley. It was literally on repeat after that. It was
Yeah.
like 13-12 to 21-13 after that. Like it went just we just blew right through them after that. And it was all because Sam wanted to take more of the court instead of playing more as a team,
Yeah.
you know? And that's what chemistry comes down because they don't really play the same. Sam likes to play at a certain pace and Paulie likes to play a certain way.
Yeah.
And they didn't mesh well.
So did you see my post the other day where I said question of the day, would you guys pay for a service $5 for someone to analyze your game? Did you see that post?
Yeah,
Okay. So I have
I
my
would pay for
first
that.
I have my first customer. I won't say who it was, but it was to review that specific game.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I did the efficiency rating. I wrote it down here. You probably won't be able to see it clear.
Yeah.
A lot of numbers, tallies, and stuff. Um, in turn, I'll give you the results. I told it to Paulie, and I actually told it to Sam today. And the results were number one, the seventh point for you was given to you. That Carlos had messed up. So that's a point that was unaccounted for.
Oh wow, I
But
didn't know that.
but Paulie from 7 to 5 because I didn't get the Ten's finest didn't get the whole game. He only got like
Yes.
from at 7-5. So from 7-5 and on, um, I'll do it quick. Paulie scored 2 points. He scored the eighth point and the 10th point, and
Yeah.
he gave up 9 points.
Mm-hmm.
He gave up the sixth, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 13th, 15th, 17th, and 19th point. Sam scored 4 points, 9, 11, 12, and 13, and he gave up 6 points.
Yeah.
So efficiency rating on offense versus defense right there is Sam would be -2 and Paulie would be -7. So Paulie,
Yeah.
they both played bad, but Paulie played more bad.
Yeah.
And then I also calculated the downs and like how many times they got themselves down and how many times they got you guys down. And that efficiency rating. So all in all, Paulie was a -7 efficiency on the entirety of that game that I saw, and Sam was -4.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of like what I was seeing if people want to see that because sometimes now here's the flaw with um, that system. I have to do some judgment calls, right? So
Yeah.
let's say for you and Luke, Dan, you hit the ball and it's a setup and they kill the ball on Luke. I'm faulting
That's
you
my
for
fault.
that.
That's my
But
fault.
now
Yes.
let's say you hit the ball and it's a setup and they shoot to Luke's direction, but he could have gotten it and he didn't because he was either out of position, didn't try, or was just too slow.
Mm-hmm.
I'm blaming that on Luke. I'm giving Luke that
Yeah.
fault, even though you set it up.
Yeah.
If there's no kind of indication on, let's say, let's say I hit a crispy lob on you and you fingertip and it rolls out, right?
Mm-hmm.
In reality, that's you who did that. Like that's a
Yeah.
good shot on you. But since I hit it last, I'm gonna fault that on me. Right. So
Yeah.
these are the kind of things that I have to do in order to account for all 21 points. But more or less, you get to know like the rhythm of a game, the structure of a game.
Yes.
I started doing this mainly because Colleen will blame me. I always mention Colleen. He tells me I got to stop mentioning him in my lives. Colleen will blame me for games. And I'm like, yo, Colleen, I feel like you don't know what really happened. He's like, yeah, you don't score any points. So then I got to go back and I got to look at all the points I score and kind of prove that I'm not as terrible as he thinks I am.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. So like that's kind of I just wanted to give you a quick synopsis. Oh, but the point of that is to say when I sent this data to Paulie, what I said to him was if we were being honest, although both you guys played bad, I'm going to chalk up most of your points to communication. Your
Yeah.
communication was terrible. It was
Yeah.
like no one knew what they really wanted to go for and who should cover who. So yeah, I'm agreeing with you. Basically, I'm agreeing with everything you said that with how that outcome of that game happened.
Yeah. I feel like that's like one of the biggest flaws with like doing stuff like that is that you can only see the physical aspect of it. You can't really say they lost because of communication when the stats are like, nah, they lost because of Paulie.
Hmm.
You know? So if someone's like, nah, in terms of that game is Paulie's fault. Look at all the points he gave. Okay, but did he give all those points before they had that communication issue, or was it after the communication issue? It
Yeah,
was after. A lot of it was after. So so that's the only flaw with that. But I feel like it's still really good to see it as well, because then also you could keep track. It could help players keep track of how many points they gave out in the game,
yeah,
how many shots they did, and then it's like, you know what, next game I want to make less mistakes.
yeah,
Next I'm gonna pay for all my games, and I want to see if I improve in terms of errors, if I
yeah,
improve in terms of shot made and stuff like that. And I think it's
yeah.
a very good thing for the sport. And I definitely think $5 is a cheap. Keep them out because it's a lot of work. I've done that. I think I've done that before. I think I did it for Nas actually. I,
Yeah.
I analyzed the game before. I think it was because it was a good game between him, Davo and Gio, him and Taiwan at Westworth. And I remember analyzing that game because it was a really close game. He was like, I want to see how many mistakes I made. I want to see how many mistakes all of us made. And I remember being in shock because the amount of points, it was like a 21-17 game, and Davo only made 2 errors.
Hmm.
And I was just like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
I was like, everyone else had over 10 digits. Everybody. Like Nas, Taiwan, Gio all had over 10 digits of errors. And Davo only had two.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
insane. That shows the high level of play that Davo plays in. It's very rare for him to make mistakes. It's very rare for him to not even try to go for the ball. He goes for it. That guy.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't even give a point for like not even attempting to go for the shot. He always goes for it.
Yeah. One of the things Stavo does that always amazes me is like let's say someone hits a drive shot in between their partner's legs. He steps back and just like chops it,
Hooks it,
but
hits
he
it.
makes it look easy. And my fat ass is on the court, and I try to step back and get the
You're
ball
gonna
back
fall
to the
over.
wall. I'm losing it. I'm falling. I can't hold it. I'm nothing. And he just every time it's like, yeah, I'm just gonna step back and reset this. Um, but yeah, I mean, listen, the hard part about it, or the what makes it what makes me want to charge people if I were to do this is some of these games are 50 minutes long.
And then you have to stop and analyze almost every volley. So
Yeah,
imagine how long that takes. It took me like an hour and a half to do it for Nas, and I remember that. I was like, Jesus Christ, this is terrible. I don't
yeah,
want to do this again. So
yeah. No, I love doing it. To be honest with you, it's entertaining, and I know the more that I do it, the more I'll get better. I'll be able to
oh
tweak
yeah,
certain things here and there, but we'll see. I put that out there because I've been doing it for free for a while for certain people that will hit me up, and then I started charging, and someone sent me $5 and was like, "Yeah, I want to prove a point," and that was the game that I had to do.
that was a
Yeah.
good game to do it for. I think too.
But then let's fast forward Vegas still finals, Beto and Chris Show. First question: did you think it was going to be them?
Oh heck no, heck no. First off, they had Taiwan and Nas. They had Timbo and Los alone. Those two in the bracket. And I'm over here telling Luke like we gotta be ready because Timbo and Los are definitely gonna bring the heat in the finals. They're gonna bring the heat. But then I remember so on top of the Vegas roof, there's like the section where it's handball courts, and then there's another section where it's like the jacuzzi, the pool, and a bar, and like some tables. I was at the tables with Alan, Izzy, and Melissa talking, and I look and I hear Chris Shaw screaming from the distance. He's like, "Let's go, Pito!" And I'm like, "Damn!" And I'm like, "Wow, they're probably gonna win. They're probably winning right now because if Chris Shaw's getting that hype, that means the game is either close or they're in the lead." So I'm like, "Yo, that's crazy." And then I remember waking up that Sunday morning expecting to play Nas. No, expecting to see Nas in Taiwan play Timbo and Los. And then I get a text saying, "No, they lost." And I said, "What?" Because when I left, it wasn't that. It was still it was like early in the game when I left. So I was like, oh, okay. All I remember was that I was extremely tired that Saturday. Remember, I let you know I felt jet lagged. I literally went to sleep at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m., and woke up
Hmm.
the next morning for the tournament. So I was like super well rested, and just to find out all those news. And then as I was watching Chris Show play and Pito play earlier before their game against Timbo, they were hitting amazing shots. So I was like, oh, they're playing good on these courts. And then I knew Pito was 100% going to play good on those courts, especially because the ball dies out if you hit it soft, which is why Luke also played very, very well. Um, I didn't expect Chris Show to play as good as he did either. Chris Show played phenomenal. His left corner kills, his left hand killed in front of him. He was playing very steady, wasn't missing often. Pito's another one who doesn't really miss often. So to beat them, you really got to like hit your shots. You got to hit your
Hmm.
shots, you got to move the ball. And I guess Timbo and Los weren't doing that near the end of the game because I saw they were winning by a lot at one point. It was like 17-13. Not a lot, but like they had a solid
They had a
lead.
lead. Yeah, yeah.
A solid lead. And I was like, oh, okay, they're probably going to close it out. I walk away and then I find out they lost. And then as I rewatch the game, I see it. I'm like, oh, okay, so they lost because they started making a lot of errors near the end of that game. Um, More on the side of Los missing a lot of shots. I feel like Los wasn't playing as the like a shooter. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he was trying to rely on his power, and on those courts, you can't overpower a lot. You can't really jam people up on those courts. It's really tough.
Hmm.
So when they won, and I was like, I guess I'm seeing Cristiano in the finals, Cristiano and Pito. And then they asked us, they didn't ask us, they kind of told us, like, okay, you're going to play your doubles first. And I remember me and Luke looked at each other, and I was like, I think that's fair. I think we should play our doubles first. And I said that because if me and Luke played our singles first, I
You'd have
felt
burnt yourself out.
we would both be burnt out for the doubles. Like if I was playing like Timbo in the finals of the singles, I would have played the singles first, and then I would have been like, okay, Luke, you might have to do a little bit more work this game, but like we could still win because we're both one of us is at least ready to play, still fresh, but not the both of us. I was like, it would be to no benefit if we both played each other, tired each other out in the singles, and then played Pito and Chris Show in the doubles.
Yeah.
So we were like, let's try to win this title. Let's get this doubles title. We were both very confident we were gonna win that game. Um, but we wanted to make sure we were fresh to do it. So we played them. And luckily we did. Luckily we were fresh because it was a close game. Vito and Cristo played very well. And then after I won that game, I already knew. I already felt it in my body. I was like, damn, I'm fucking tired. And then I remember right before our game started, probably like 15 minutes, I see Luke like warming up his serve. Just standing there with Phil, warming up his serve for like 15, 20 minutes, just warming up that serve. And I said, I don't even have the energy to freaking warm up right now. This guy's gonna. I already knew it then. He's gonna try to kick my ass.
Mm.
So I went and I got painkillers. Got like ibuprofen and Tylenol. I took two of each, and then I just waited for the game to start. And then that's it. I played him, and he freaking beat the hell out of me.
Yeah, that was I mean it was cool to see that you guys made the finals of the doubles, won, and then you played each other. So it was
Yeah,
like mission complete. Win or
yeah.
lose, mission complete.
I
So
really
so I'm
wanted that slam too, but I was like, you know what?
you
Conditioning
gave
wins.
Luke the slam, man, overseas from across the pond.
I'm happy it went to him though. I mean, I would rather go to someone that's as humble and as a great person as Luke, though.
I
So
mean,
I
Luke,
was I was
I know
happy
that
for him. I
Luke
was very very happy.
I know when Luke got carded, there were a lot of people that doubted him and said that he got it almost like a DEI A card, right? Like it was
Hmm.
like Dwight is just doing this just because.
Yeah,
Um, and for me, Luke's coming out party was that US Open where he left everybody under 10, but then he got zipped by Thabo. So it's like it overshines, the zip overshines what he did throughout the entirety of that event. But for me, it proved something, right? I'm like, bro, Luke is legit. And then the slam. Luke's a great person. I had the pleasure of playing with him. Never against him, but he is just an awesome conversation. Hopefully, I get him on here one day.
yeah. What was I gonna say? I'm gonna say something about him too. The thing is, what people don't realize is Luke got to the level he's at right now, practicing by himself.
Hmm.
The guy barely gets to get any games. How many times I've spoken to him and he's like, "All right, I'm heading to the courts to just do some drills by myself." The guys they
Yeah,
don't really like. And then when he says when he does get games, they obviously it's like if we play Timbo, if Timbo's on the court and there's B players everywhere else, you're gonna hit it to the B player. You're not going at Timbo.
yeah,
So he's like the Timbo over there.
yeah,
No one's gonna hit it to him, and like even and when like Lur, Mikael, and all them are playing against him, they don't go at Luke. They go at his partner. So a lot of the time he don't really get to play games where he's the one being attacked or he has to do amazing things to score. No, he just watches and
yeah,
practices by himself.
yeah. No,
So
I
he
mean, I
he
love
reached the
it.
level he's at out of pure sheer like tenacity. Like he forced himself to get that good with practice.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm glad Luke's doing good. I'm glad he brought the crane out to New York during the summer. Right, that's good to see new faces. Um, and congratulations on a great year, on a fantastic year, three-time. open champion, open singles, open doubles, and an AB. So like in a form, in a sense, you slammed yourself, right?
Yeah,
Uh, could you get a mix in there? Maybe if there's a mix coming up, but
I want to get all of them. I want to get every single open title at least.
you want to do the Thanos belt. I know, I know. Um, some housekeeping questions. You gotta Dan, if I got to admit, you are I'm sure you're not loved by everybody, right? We all have people that hate on us or
Yeah, of
that
course.
we don't get along with. But by the people that do mess with you, you get a lot of love, like
Yeah.
a lot of public love.
Hmm.
Has it always been like that? Do you like is that who you are as a person?
Um,
You give them something to love?
I mean, so for the people I really care for, so it's like I have a very small friend group in general. So like as in like really close friends, I have a very small friend group. As like Kadeem, Nas, the twins. Like those are like my day ones. Like I've been friends with them for years. And the thing with me is like I'm a ride or die for my friends. So when they win, I'm the first one to hit them up. I'm the first one to congratulate them. I remember when Kadeem won Ballers, one of the first times he won Ballers, I was super hyped for him. When Kadeem won King of the Courts, super hyped for them. I was there before the Twins were A's. I watched them win B tournaments. When freaking Jesse was smoking a whole bunch of girl. When Jesse played in King of the Courts and she for her first time and freaking beat Ruby and all these people, and Mel freaking won Queen of the Court. I was there for like all their great scenes. And when Nas made finals of King of the Courts, and then what a lot of people when they see their friends performing that well, some people they get envious. They're like, damn, I wish that was me. I was never like that. I was like, these people deserved it. Like Kadeem, I've seen Kadeem want to win. I've seen Nas want to win. I've seen the twins want to win. They worked hard for their wins. So I remember, I think I hit up. I think what's crazy is that I hit up Nas. I think in the beginning of this year, and I told him I'm gonna step it up this year. I want to be on the top with you guys.
Mhm.
And I think I sent it to him this morning, actually. Actually this afternoon, I sent it to him, and I was like, look, remember I wrote that to you? And he goes, holy shit, he really did it too. And like now I'm up here. I even ended up seeing him in the finals, and like it's crazy because it's like this sport really does reward you for hard work,
Yeah.
and it does punish you harshly if you don't work hard enough.
Yeah.
So my friends show me love because they know I've always showed them all the love when they deserved it and when they worked hard for their wins. So I feel like I deserve that love, especially when they all saw how hard I was working this year for it.
Yeah. No, I mean, listen, you've worked hard for multiple years.
Hmm.
Maybe you worked your hardest this year, but it's not like you slacked off. You've been. I mean, I just saw a clip of you when you played Thavo in the U.S. Open that year, where you were the closest one that came to beating him.
Yeah,
I think that was the year he won.
yeah,
And you were lighting it up, right? So
yeah.
a lot of people saw it. It just, I guess you were able to um, convert the skill into being a winner, right? Because
Mhm.
there's people in handball. It's interesting. Handball is you don't have to be the best handball player if you're a better winner than your opponent. Right?
Yeah.
And a perfect example, and this is hearing it from other people was Buddy and Angel Marquez. I
Hmm.
always heard that Buddy said Angel's a better handball player than me, but
Yeah.
I'm a winner, right? And like that was the difference.
Yes.
So I'm happy to see that you took your skills and now became a winner. That's one thing I always people always talk to me when we're talking A cards. They're like, "Oh, how did you give an A card to Pap?" Pap was a winner.
Yeah.
Like
I
I
love Pap.
can't,
Pap is a
I,
fucking winner. Yes.
bro. As much as his game like visually is not entertaining or you can't give him that many flowers. He won.
Yeah.
He found a way to win, whether it was with his partner, with shots, with whatever it was, he won. So yeah, I'm definitely happy that we can. we can add to the East Coast Battle 3 um, list and add 3 more titles to that. So, Dan,
Heck,
definitely congratulations. Shout out to your wife for letting you play and talking you into playing. Timbo wants to see your Vegas trophy if you have it
ah,
nearby.
I do have it nearby. I actually have it right here, alongside my Pro Pyramid trophies right here.
Ooh, how you like the next generation trophy?
I like it a lot. It's actually it's something new. I don't have a trophy that looks anything similar to it. Actually,
Yeah, I like it. I like it. How
it's
do you
pretty
like
dope.
what Pete's doing with the whole next generation thing?
I love what Pete is doing. I think what he's doing is definitely great for the sport, and especially bringing like the three wall players and the one wall players together like that. I definitely think it's a good thing for the sport because at the end of the day, it's all handball.
Yeah,
It's all handball, all of that. So we should all be supporting each other in the growth of this event, in all events in general, but especially in next level generation events, because the guy put a tremendous amount of effort to get that freaking event going. I heard he had to get cranes.
yeah,
He had to get a crane to get those courts, those that wood up there on the top of the hotel.
yeah,
What host does that?
yeah.
Can you imagine the amount of money and effort that took? And then people are gonna probably still complain about it, but like that event was awesome.
Yeah,
I just
well, I'll tell you this, Vegas is only going to get better.
yes.
Um, you know, there are plans. There are plans. And God willing, everything lines up and that tournament gets even amplified.
That would be
Um,
amazing.
I don't know if you've been watching my other interviews, but I like to kind of leave off with a question
Yeah.
of sorts. And I never go into the interview with like I'm gonna ask him this question. Uh, I just think of it on the fly, and I
Hmm.
just thought of one on the fly with you, Timber. I will be there. I already told my wife she's not allowed to keep me home again. All right, so I will be there. I blood, I homie. So here's a question. It's not as controversial as um the other. I'll get to Timbo's question in a second. It's not as controversial as the other two questions that I asked Timbo and Kadeem, but it could be a little spicy. Um, I'm gonna name parks. I am gonna name parks, and I want you to name. I'm gonna name more than 10, but I want you to give me a yes or no if you consider this park where top players come from.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Say we're gonna start at 85th. Hold on.
Damn.
Hold on. You can only name 5. I'm gonna name a lot of parks, but you can only name 5 for yes. And if you name more than 5, then we're gonna narrow down to 5, and then we're gonna rank those 5.
Okay.
85th.
I don't think so.
No? You said?
I don't think so. No.
Okay.
I think there's great players that are from there, but not like legends.
88.
Yes.
Castle Hill.
Yes.
Van Cortlandt.
Fuck. The Bronx has so many top courts. Yes, I would say yeah, because I know like Master Webb and all those guys were from there.
Coney Island.
Yeah.
Sunset.
No. That one's hard. I'm gonna say no because I know one of those has to stay on the list regardless. I already know one part you're gonna say, and it has to be on there.
I'm not there yet. IS-10.
No.
Broadway.
No.
Ooh, I thought you would say yeah to Broadway. I know what park you're thinking. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna make you think. Um, the 161.
No.
Any Staten Island parks.
No. No.
Um, Hoover.
No.
174.
No.
Uh, this is a good one. Cleveland.
No.
Mm.
No.
Uh, hold on, let me cycle through some parks in my head.
I thought you were only
There.
gonna give me 10 parks.
No, no,
Just
I said more than 10. I said more than
okay,
10.
okay.
So you don't have to stay at five. Like I said, we could go past five and then we'll circle back. This one I know you're waiting for 49.
Yes. But there's
um,
one more you didn't say, and I might have to fix my list. So
oh man, I thought 49 was it. Let's see, I got 85, 88.
49 is a definite.
Oh my God, what
I
park
can't
am I
believe you don't
missing?
remember it. Can't believe you don't know. What the heck, Justin?
Uh,
Think of Mecca other than Coney.
oh, West Fourth. What the
Yes.
hell?
I don't know how that didn't hit your brain.
Mm, s- where is Joe Thompson from? And
St.
Lefty
John's and Lincoln
George,
Terrace.
Lincoln Terrace.
I guess so. Yeah, because you also got Shaheem that's from there.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Um.
This is tougher than the other questions you asked.
All right.
But it's like I
So
gotta put it in like top five, like a ranking though. So
yeah. So you said yes to 88 Castle Hill, Van Cortlandt, Coney Island, Broadway,
I didn't say
49.
Broadway. I said
Oh,
no to
you said
Broadway.
no Broadway. Okay. 49 West Fourth and Lincoln Terrace. So that's one, two, three, four,
Okay.
five, six,
Seven.
seven. So who are
So
we taking out?
okay, you got West Wharf, Coney Island, 49, Lincoln Terrace. What other ones did I say? I got what was the seven?
Castle Hill,
Mm-hmm. Castle
Van
Hill's
Co-
out.
Castle Hill's at
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take it out.
88.
But 88 has to, I think 88 has to stay because there's a lot of good players from there.
Who is from 88?
That's like you forget Black Justin alone. That alone is like one of the best
I
players
didn't know
in
I
ever.
didn't know he was from 88.
Yes, he's an 88 player. You guys didn't know that?
He's I did
I
not
think he was
know
from
that.
88. I hear he used to practice and play a lot at 88. I might actually be wrong, but I think he played a lot at 88. We need Paulie in here to verify this. Actually, we need a
Yagual's not here. He's taking
Timbo
his
might
nap.
know. Timbo, where Black Justin from? Is he from 88?
I've never heard. I
I
always
I
heard one. Oh, he's from
Nah, he's
Lincoln.
from Lincoln
Oh yeah, he's
Terrace.
from Lincoln Terrace.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
for
then no,
sure.
so then
So
okay,
88's out.
so 88
Well,
would
who
be
else
out.
do you think is from
No, but there's
88?
a lot of good 88 players though. You got like Paulie.
Uh-huh.
Paulie's y'all can't as much as everyone talks about Paulie. Paulie's legend. That's a
Yeah, but
legend,
you
man.
say Paulie,
Paulie.
right?
I'm trying to. Why can't I remember so
But
like a
you
lot
said
of
no to
those guys?
Castle Hill, and Castle Hill is what?
But you know what
Castle.
it was though? I was saying I was mostly saying 88 though because of Black Justin, but I would probably put Castle Hill above that now
Uh-huh.
because
Well,
Castle Hill has a lot of ace.
you still
But
got Van
there's a
Cortlandt here.
yeah. So I think Van Cortlandt definitely goes above Castle Hill and 88 because Van Cortlandt I know has a freaking super long. But yeah, as the guy exactly 88 has Paulie and Jamie. But like that's only like that's two players, and then you got Pork Chop obviously and Green Eyed Ant and them. But that's
Yeah.
like, but I not really 100% know my history when it comes to 88. You know, so it's kind of rough. But I know Lincoln. I know Van Cortlandt has a way longer history than Castle Hill, and so I would definitely put I think Van Cortlandt above Castle Hill. So I would have to be like what? So
Can you hear me?
yeah, your screen turned black though.
Hold on.
Hold on, let me see if I write. Wait, no, you're not ready yet. Sorry.
Hold on. Sorry about that. Colleen FaceTime me.
And it fucked up your camera.
Yeah, like what the hell?
See, I'm
I'm
telling you,
s-
you
I am
said his
so
name.
mad right now.
You said his name. He sensed that he was gonna press you about it. The feds got him. Yep, yeah,
God
exactly. Timbo
damn.
said it.
That is insane. Like Colleen, bro, you the op. Hold on, let me make sure that this is working. Now here's the problem, my camera.
You want me to answer questions from the chat while you do that?
I don't know how to get my camera back on. So
There's
so
you don't see that camera button on the right side of your
yeah,
screen?
I'm clicking it and
See, it works for me when I do it.
it's not it's not activating. Big joke, Colleen. Let's see. Okay, that camera's working. There we go. Am I back? Do you see me?
No.
Ah, I see myself, you bastard. All right. Either way, Colleen ruined the Dan Pitre live. Big joke. But we were almost done, and I want to finish this. And we
Okay.
still see you because I'm looking at you.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna write down the names again of just the.
I'm gonna just give you my top five. I already have it.
Go ahead.
So
In
would be
order. In order.
okay. Ooh. I would say Coney Island first,
Okay.
West Fourth,
Uh huh.
49, Lincoln Terrace, Van Cortlandt. Or Van Cortlandt and Lincoln Terrace. Those would be the only two I would probably switch back and forth.
Okay. So you are. Let me turn this. See.
Reason I say 49 is up there is because you got freaking a huge amount of players from that park that are amazing.
No, for sure, 49. Um, I mean, there's legends, absolute
Yeah.
legends from 49. Um, but who's from Coney? So Coney is a mecca, but who's actually from Coney?
I know Carlos Lorenzo. You know who Carlos Lorenzo is, right?
Yeah, Carlos
He's from
Lorenzo's
there.
the original
Joe
Iceman.
Joe Durso played there for freaking a huge amount of time. Joe Durso. There's a lot of small ball players. That's another. I think that's like the biggest thing for Coney was small ball.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the old school small ball players were all from Coney. Then Westworth had a lot of had like obviously like Rookie and all those guys. Um,
Yo,
49.
wait, I'm sorry. Timbo said Paulie's not a legend, he's a lesbian. Oh shit, that is good. All right, so just to confirm, Coney Island, the first best court in your opinion, then West Fourth, then 49,
Yeah,
Lincoln Terrace, and Van Cortlandt.
yeah.
So what courts we said no to, where multiple A players are from? 85th,
Mm-hmm.
88, Castle Hill, Sunset, right? Sunset is Ray Lopez Humberto.
Yeah, I
Uh
know, but once I already thought about like West Fourth and all those parts, I was like, I can't put Sunset on top of any
yeah.
of them.
Broadway's what? PSP, Manny Sanchez.
Yeah, I think so. The Queens players, yeah.
You said all of Staten Island. That's crazy to me. Cleveland.
Name
Cleveland
10
got
A's from
Bolo,
Staten.
right? Bolo, Ponytail Ed. Are they Cleveland players?
I would say so. I know Bolo definitely.
Yeah. All right. There's something. I mean, listen. I thought of that question on the fly. I don't even know why I thought of it, but I'm glad I did because it was interesting. I'm sure I'm missing so many parks, but at this point, I mean, to beat out one of these top five
It's gonna be hard.
is, yeah,
It would have to be. It would definitely. It would have to have been a park we know about, and I can't really think any on the top of my head.
yeah.
Maybe
Where
something
is?
like Knickerbocker, because I know a lot of
Oh,
top players
Nick.
are from
How
there.
do I forget Nick?
Yeah, Knickerbocker had a lot of A's
And
too.
there's another one, old school. I always Adam always talks about it. Something in Atlantic, like some street name in Atlantic. One 80, 80, 80, 85th in Atlantic, something like that.
88th in Atlantic.
No, 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 no. There
It's
was. I mean, is that 88 that I'm thinking of? That
88 is on Atlantic, yes.
is it's where Adam always tells me that's where he used to play, and I would ask Carlos, and Carlos was like that. Oh, 106 in Atlantic. There
106
you
in
go.
Atlantic. Okay.
Yeah, apparently back in the day that was a big money court. Big money court.
Yeah.
Um listen, Dan, I appreciate you coming on with me, answering these questions, um, letting us get to know you a little bit. Thank your wife again for letting you come on.
Yes,
Um,
definitely.
what do you have planned for the future? Florida versus the world. You plan on coming? You're gonna
Yes.
play Max.
Mhm.
Um, are you gonna do anything overseas?
Not sure yet, but I told Luke I definitely would try cuz Luke definitely I had already promised Luke I would play with him overseas, so I need to see if I can schedule something in the future to go.
All right, all right. Well, Dan, Daddy Dan, as Nas would say, Zaddy Zan. No, he said, "Child, listen, I appreciate it. Thank you for bringing home the East Coast Battle belt a few years ago. That was big, right? I always give you credit because not only did you come in clutch, but when I was planning on doing something in the finals, you said, 'Let me and Gary catch momentum and let Tim and Rob finish it.' And
Yeah.
that was the complete opposite of what I was thinking. So without you and that thought process, who knows what could have happened.
Yeah. I remember that. That was I just remember being really confident with Gary. I mean, at that time, especially because Gary's playing consistently, I was like, we're gonna win this game. We would 100% would win this game. And then I don't
That
even know where that confidence is from because I remember I look back at that team and I'm like, that's a scary team. Mendoza and Nas is a scary team.
I remember watching one of the lives and you hear I think someone said something to Mendoza and he was like, "That Chino's fucking me up." Like
Yeah.
there's
Yeah.
So, no, that was great, man. So I always appreciate that. I got the belt. It's hanging in my room right over my bed. I go to bed looking at it like, yeah, I'm a champ. All
Oh,
right. But Dan, thank you so much, bro. Appreciate it. And let's do this again sometime.
hell yeah. Heck yeah. When I get another few wins, I'll come back.
I appreciate it, brother. Talk to you later.
All right. All right. Take care.